So what did being lean teach me about women? It taught me so many things, bro. Okay, it taught me that I've been missing out a bunch on life. And I know you are too. Okay, how do I know? Because I used to be overweight. Before, when I was weighing damn near 200 pounds, right? I was damn near 30% body fat. I lost nearly 40 pounds. All the way down to 10% body fat I was able to attain, right? I got shredded. I got the abs and everything. It wasn't until I got lean to where I started to realize that as us men, we can actually move up ranks when it comes to the type of woman that we attract and the quantity of women that we attract. Okay, a lot of guys tend to believe that say if you're attracting threes, right, twos, whatever the case may be, and you might consider yourself a 3 or a 2, you feel like you're gonna stay at that rank for your entire life. Okay, especially if you're at that low state or at that low rank. But the beautiful thing about life is, as a dude, you can actually move up, right, and attract those higher quality women if you work on yourself properly. Okay, and the number one big factor for that, to be able to attract better quality woman overall, is by getting lean, by working on your physique. Okay, if you think about it, what's like the first thing that you notice from a girl, right? When you're outside, you go out, whatever the case may be, and you're looking at a girl, what's the first thing you notice, right? It's how she looks, right? You're gonna look at her face, you're gonna look at her physique, right? Does she have that hourglass figure? So it's the physique, it's the temple that we first notice, that we then decide, okay, we're gonna, this person attractive, we're gonna go up to this person and talk to them, start a conversation. So it's the same way with girls, with guys, right? They look at you and they're gonna judge you based off of how you look. Boom. Based off of your physique. What does the physique show? What does it reflect, right? It reflects your habits. It reflects your mindset. It's gonna reflect if you get respected or not, right? And the girls, women in general, will judge you not only based off how you look, but based off of how other people treat you. And that person, let's say if you have some sort of idol or like somebody who has a nice physique that think about how people treat them, right? People treat them with respect. People don't disrespect them, right? They get out of their way. They talk to them nicely. Nobody raises their voice at them, whatever the case may be. And it's like, when people see that, they respect that, they like that. So it just shows, your physique just shows the standard that you hold yourself to. And so, but it has to be, you have to get lean though, right? That's the thing. It's not until I got lean, right, from when I was overweight and I had a puffy face and I had like a freaking egg-shaped physique, right? It wasn't until I got lean until I was finally able to build that V-taper. I was able to shrink my waist. And yes, you can actually shrink your waist, because for the longest time I thought I had a wide waist, right? I had wide hips, and I was not satisfied with my physique overall. And it wasn't until I got lean to where I realized that you can actually shrink your physique, right? I went from a size 34 in jeans to a size 36. I mean, size 34 in jeans to a size 30 in my waist. And bro, like the difference, bro, in the caliber of women that now start to approach me or that talk to me at the gym, right, when I go out in the clubs, and it's like multiple women in one night, you know what I mean? And like beforehand, I just pulled up to the crib, but like beforehand, like there was this one time where I went to the club, right, with some teammates, because I was playing on an indoor soccer team on Friday nights. And I went out with them, and they had their ladies or whatever. So it was like us guys and their girls. But we all went out, right, to the club. And I remember that night, bro, I didn't pull a single girl. Okay, I didn't dance with a single girl. Back then, I was overweight, right? I was heavier. I overall didn't have as much confidence, right? Because obviously that ties into your confidence, which is like the second most important thing in my opinion, after your physique. right? Those are the two biggest things for sure. It's debatable, right? Your confidence and your physique, they both go hand in hand. I feel like you have to have both. You can't have one without the other, okay, when it comes to attracting women and getting women. But essentially, when and that night, right, when we went out to the club, there was one girl who stood in front of me and was like dancing and was kind of like giving me a choosing signal, right? But I didn't find them attractive, right? I was like not interested. And I remember my homies were telling me like, oh, you know, just go up and dance on her. And I could have done that, right? But I did get a glimpse of how she looked like, and I was not feeling her. So other than that, there was no other quote unquote action, right? That I was able to get that night. And it's funny because I remember I was there and I was just like looking around, bro. And I didn't realize it then, but now I realize that it just comes off. I came off as desperate, you know. I came off as desperate, and where I'm just looking around, standing, not even talking with the group that I was with, right? I mean, I would talk to them here and there, but for majority of the time, it was just like by myself, or you know, me just standing there with a drink, and I'm looking around, you know. And that's the reality of a bunch of dudes, right? A bunch of dudes do that, and that's a huge mistake. Okay. Now, fast forward to the last time I went out to the club, which was like a couple of weeks ago. I go to the club with some friends, okay? And as soon as I got there, probably like 5 minutes in, we go into to start dancing. I didn't even get a drink or anything. We go and start dancing. It was kind of packed. We go in the middle, and then, boom, a girl just starts coming up in front of me. Like, you know, their back facing me, starts dancing all up in my zone, in my circle, in my space, and just starts backing it up on me, right? The group that I'm with, which is guys and girls, and it's important to go with guys and girls, but I'll save that for another video. But they notice it, right? And obviously I'm just right there, and I get up on that, right? I get up on that and I'm dancing, and then I'm dancing with her. Boom, she dips, right? She gives me her Instagram, and that was it, right? Go back to the friend group. Then, not even 2 minutes later, another girl comes up. The same exact thing. Boom, I'm dancing with her. I'm feeling this one a little more. Boom, starts backing it up on me, right? We're just grinding, periando, whatever the case may be. And same thing. I got her IG, right? She gave me her IG. And this girl, it was funny because as I was dancing with her, she had a friend who was like watching her. So it was them two. And then there was a dude that came up and got both of them drinks, right? Got both of them drinks. But that girl, the one who was with me, got the drink and still continued to dance with me. And she even gave me a sip of her drink, okay? Which is a key note that I want you to realize, right? I didn't get this girl a drink. Some other dude bought her a drink, but yeah, she was still with me, okay? After we're dancing, or after we get done dancing, you know, I go back to my friend group, and oh no, her friend actually, now that I remember correctly, her friend was like trying to get her off of me. Like her friend was like, oh, okay, she's like drinking too much, whatever the case may be. And she was like, oh, I think she's done. She was kind of like cock blocking, right? But that girl did not want to stop dancing with me. And so I'm like, whatever, your friend's pulling her, you know, her friend was pulling her off of me. So I'm like, whatever. And then, yeah, I just tell her like, okay, I'll see you. And then, you know, she pulls her away. I go back to my friend group, and then, like some minutes go by, right? I'm not dancing with anybody. We're just right there talking and stuff, having fun. And then I look over to that girl, the second girl, and then she's dancing with another dude, right? And I'm like, oh shoot. I tell my boy, because he knew I was dancing with her, of course. And I look at her back. I look back at her, and she looks at me. We make eye contact, and I'm just smiling at her, right? And she's smiling back at me. But I'm over here like, whatever's, right? Like, obviously, like, I understand how it is. Like, everyone just dances with everybody, right? So I'm like smiling at her. She smiles back. And then I turn back with my boy, and I start talking it up with him. After they get done dancing, bro, she comes back up to me, kisses me, and then leaves the club, right? So she tells me goodbye, kisses me, like on the lips, and then dips. And then my friends were like, yo, what the hell? Right? They were like shook. So after that happened, we go to the banda room, because they had like a banda room, like a Spanish, banda room. There was three rooms in that club. There's the banda room, the main room, which is like, reggaeton, and they'll play like some hip hop and all that. And then they have the bachata room. But we go to the banda room. I'm walking into the banda room, right? There's a girl who I lock eye contact with. And she's looking back at me, pass through, grabs my arm, stops me. And as soon as she stopped me, I knew it was go time, right? I was already feeling myself, of course, after the first